What's up, guys? This is my 2024 Yamaha YZF R3, and I am a beginner, and I wanted to make a video about this beginner bike and how I feel about it. I've had it for about 4 months, 4 or 5 months, and I've been riding motorcycles a little bit longer than that. So yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, I want to talk about the comfortability of this bike. The seat height comes out to about 30.7 inches, and I'll put the specs, all the specs for this bike in this video at some point. But yeah, so the seat height is about 30 inches, and it feels great. I can flat foot it perfectly fine. I am 5'11", so 6 foot. And I don't have any issue with this bike. It feels perfect to me, actually. When I had first gotten into motorcycles, and when I was searching to buy one, I had sat on a bunch of different we gotta pull over a little bit for this guy, and then we'll get. Thank you, sir. When I was looking for my first bike, I had sat on a bunch of different bikes, and when I had sat on the R3, and I'm being completely honest here, like this is gonna sound corny, but I sort of had in my head like, oh, I'm gonna buy a Yamaha R3 because it felt that comfortable to me. The seating position is a little more aggressive than your typical beginner bike. That is like the Ninja 300, the CBR 300, CBR 250. Those lean more towards the sort of naked positioning, whereas this is more aggressive. But I still feel like this is a perfect mix of the upright seating position of a naked and the aggression of a sport bike. But overall, it feels amazing. I think this bike is really comfortable. I've ridden for 4 or 5 hours at a time, and I didn't have a problem. I wasn't cramping or anything like that. On the other hand, when I have sat on bikes like the R7, God, those bikes were really uncomfortable. And I knew that immediately, because the second I sat on them, I was like, God, this sucks. Like, I wouldn't want to be riding for very long on this. But on the R3, I don't feel that way at all. I feel like it is a very comfortable motorcycle. How does the R3 handle? I think it handles great. The bike is very light, and like I said, I will put the specs in the video. So you can get the exact weight, but I know it's light. I mean, you can flick this bike around super easily. It is very light. I mean, it's a small bike, but it's great, and yes, it's a beginner bike, but it is pretty quick. I mean, you're not going to be going 200 miles per hour on it, but you're not buying an R3 to go 200 miles per hour. But yeah, it's quick. It's a quick bike. It can probably beat most regular cars off the line, but you're going to lose the speed pretty quickly. Because as you climb the gears, it gets a little lethargic. That's probably my only gripe about this bike, or one of at least. The gear range is very short, so I feel like when I'm going, like if there's a stoplight and there's a stoplight right after a stop sign, or when I'm leaving my neighborhood, if I just stay in first gear, I notice it whines at me like, because I am staying in first gear and not shifting. So I feel like the gear range is just very short. The R3 is a very engaging motorcycle. Because the gear range is short, like we just talked about, I sort of feel as if, I don't know, it feels very engaging. My friend has a ZX14R, and he can just stay in first gear the entire time. He doesn't have to, even going on the freeway, he doesn't, what's happening over there? Anyway, doesn't have to leave first gear at all, even on the freeway or wherever he's going. But on this bike you have to shift a lot, but I find that to be a good thing. It keeps me engaged, it keeps me focused, it makes you feel more connected to the bike, compared to, like I said, those other super sports where you don't even have to shift. The Yamaha R3, it does exactly what it's kind of made to do. It is not exceptionally fast, but to get around town or just to kind of mob around, it's perfect. And that's the only thing I use it for, is I just get around, going to my girlfriend's house or going to between my mom and my dad's house, just to go out for a quick ride. That's what I use it for, and I don't notice any lack there. I'm not ever sitting there like, man, I need more power in this bike. Okay, our next mission is to get to a freeway. This bike handles great on the freeway. It can get a little lethargic in the higher end of this bike. Like, I would say as you're approaching like 70 to 80 miles per hour, you can definitely tell that the bike is starting to... all I'll say is it's not too happy in the higher end of those gears, 6th gear. But it still does it. I mean, if you're just planning on keeping up with traffic on the freeway, then you're going to be completely fine. I missed it. It's over here. Then I think you're going to be completely fine. Okay, let's accelerate here on the freeway. And get up to speed. See, we got up to 75 pretty quick. Not the quickest in the world, but relatively quick. And now we're at 80. So this is where I feel like the bike starts to get a little lethargic. I mean, look, say there was a car right here, we need to overtake him. If I pin it, it takes a while. That's one of my only gripes about this bike. As far as speed goes, this guy's awesome. Just told me there's a cop back there. Shout out to this guy. Okay, so the R3 doesn't have any issue keeping up with traffic. As I stated, it just can get a little slow as you approach those the higher speeds. But otherwise, absolutely no issue. I mean, I don't need to be going faster than 80 miles per hour anyway. I'm kind of a boring rider. In all, the R3 is an amazing bike. It does everything you need it to do. You can mob around the city, which I think is where this bike kind of shines. It's great for that. It's quicker than most traffic. It handles the freeway all right. I mean, I demonstrated that. You can definitely keep up with traffic. So the issue of it not being able to, or not being capable for the freeway, can be thrown out the window. It does just fine. Yeah, it handles great. It's a really comfortable motorcycle. I think it is the perfect beginner bike. And if you're just starting out or you want a bike that's not insanely powerful, I say go for it. I mean, the R3 is a super good bike. Out of the 4 or 5 months I've had it, I fucking love this bike, man. It's serving me really well. And I don't plan on upgrading anytime soon. I know a lot of people talk about beginner bikes and they're like, oh, you're gonna get bored of it, don't get it. Start on something you can grow into. It's bullshit. I'm going on 5 months with this bike and I'm not bored of it at all. I still have a lot to learn, and I think the bike is a phenomenal bike. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this thing. Probably a pretty short video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'll be trying to post more videos. Just a good amount of videos every week or something like that. I'm still just starting out and kind of learning how to work all of it. I hope my mic worked and sounded all right during the video. Maybe I'll upgrade my setup soon. But yeah, Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.